Auburn Suburban started in 1957 at the Lewiston Auburn Airport. The first four teams in Auburn Suburban history were the East Auburn Lakers, Danville Grangers, Pepsi, and the Foodtown Tigers. After a couple of years at the Lewiston Auburn Airport, the committee and the owners decided to expand Auburn Suburban. When they bought the land, they decided to make more fields for the teams. Here, Auburn Suburban would host the opening ceremonies of the teams. After the ceremonies, they would start playing the first game of the season. State titles and was moving on to championships. In 1973, they were chosen to host the New England Senior Tournament. They won the championship and went to Delaware for nationals. They also won second state title and went to regionals. In 1979, Auburn Suburban won state title, New England title, Eastern Regional Championship, and took place at the Little League World Series. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but they came in third place overall in the World Series. Their team manager was Dennis Sweetser, and also their head coach was Lynn Roberts. In the 1990s, Auburn Suburban started letting softball be a part of their league. There were only a couple of teams. By including softball into Auburn Suburban, many girls have improved their playing skills and have shown guys they can play. Softball is a great sport to play, and by having Auburn Suburban include softball, it really brought them more attention to their league and brought more people in the games. This really drew many people's attention. Dennis Sweetser has brought many teams to state championships. He was the All-Star coach and was a regular coach for the Auburn Suburban League. Some of the All-Star teams he brought was the 1976 championship, 1980 championship, and most importantly, the 1979 championship when they went to the World Series. After Dennis Sweetser died, they named the major softball field after him. The boys' major field is named after Jamie Benson, who died unexpected in surgery. The Babe Ruth Field is named Austin Field after Earl Austin.
I have been coaching for about 6 years, softball, my two daughters, and I have been on the board of directors for 2 of those 6 years. I wanted to volunteer my time to better the league, to make the sport of baseball and softball more exciting, more fun, and better for the advancement of the kids.
There is so much technology with Auburn Suburban. They use it to communicate to parents and other members. They also use technology to clean the fields and make them nice for the games. One certain technology used at Auburn Suburban is the dry line markers. They need to use the line markers to make the lines for the fields. If you don't have those lines, the field is illegal to play on. If the lawnmower was never invented, the outfield would grow long and would not be prepared correctly. You need to have a field that is prepared correctly so the children don't hurt themselves when playing. There's one person that takes care of all the fields at Auburn Suburban. His name is Scott Whalen. If Auburn Suburban never started, maybe the game of baseball and softball might not be in Auburn. Or if they started later, they might not have figured out more details to help improve the Little League. So many things could happen in the future when it comes to Auburn Suburban Little League. They could get new things and improve, or they could go downhill and become out of business. If a certain thing happens, it could predict something good or bad. If a certain culture never moved into Auburn, then many memories wouldn't be made and many victories or losses would not have been made. Many things would change for Auburn Suburban because the community comes together to play the sport, and if those people hadn't moved into Auburn, then Auburn Suburban would be different. What if the Chinese people started coming into Auburn? They do stuff different than us Americans. They also play the game of baseball and softball differently than we do. If they started coming down and started playing for Auburn Suburban, we may have to change the way we play the rules or the way we do things in order for the Chinese culture to understand us or play the game. Auburn Suburban has kindly been willing to lend the fields to Everett High School. They've been playing their games there for years.
When the winter thaw, we'd huddle around the radio, twist the broken knob, 7:10 a.m., no KJR. Dave Niehouse's voice would echo throughout the yard. Couldn't have been older than 10, but to me and my friends, the voice on the other end might as well have been God's. 1995, the division series, Eggers at to bat, bottom of the 11th inning, got the whole town listening, swung on and belted, the words distorted, Joy Core round.
There are many people who have helped out at Auburn Suburban. One certain area in Auburn Suburban that normally doesn't get thanked that much is the volunteers at the snack shack.
I love Auburn Suburban because it's a place that families can come, kids can just come hang out when it's not their game day, and it really brings our community together. So I've been volunteering at Auburn Suburban since my son was 7 and now he's 16. I had worked with the softball league, and then I was working with the snack shack for the past probably 5 years. It was really important to me to help out and give back to my community. Way back, Auburn Suburban used to be out by the airport, and you still hear adults talk about the little purple goldfish that they'd sell in baggies and the frozen Snickers you could buy out there.
There has been so much that has happened at Auburn Suburban so far, and hopefully there will be more memories made here.
It's grand salami time, my oh my, another victory, yes. My city, childhood, my life, watching Griffey right under those lights.